Hello, my cuties. How you doing on this Monday? Hope you're doing good. And welcome to the video of Haunted Castle in Ohio. Now, just outside of Cincinnati, the suburb of LoveLand has nicknamed itself the Sweetheart of Ohio. Because of this, you may expect to see a statue of Julia Roberts in the town square, a permanent tribute to ranch dressing, or maybe traffic lights that illuminate the pastels and look like Valentine's Day candy. The last thing you would probably expect to find is a life-size reproduction of a Norman castle that was built by an eccentric genius as a means to save humanity from civilization's inevitable decline. But lo, that is exactly what sits on the bank of the Little Miami River and its affluent suburb. No story of Chateau La Roche, aka LoveLand Castle, would be complete without first mentioning the fascinating life of its builder, Sir Harry Andrews. Born in 1890, Andrews graduated from Colgate College and used his 189-point IQ to learn seven languages before being sent to Fort Dix, New Jersey to train for engagement in the upcoming First World War. Unfortunately, meningitis swept through the camp, killing 7,000 of the soldiers, including Andrews. Is that the end of the story? Far, far from it. Andrew's body lay on a slab in the morgue for 2 days. Two, not three, not four, but two. Oh, sorry. 2 freaking days before they got around to an autopsy. After noticing that he bled when they were trying to collect bacterial samples from the roof of his mouth, doctors decided to try injecting Andrew's heart with adrenaline. He was blind and paralyzed and given only 2 days to live. But Harry Andrews had returned from death. Doo, 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 doo. Before long, he defied the laws of medicine further and made a full recovery through transfusions of his antibody-rich blood. Andrews helped others survive meningitis before joining the war effort as a medic at Chateau La Roche, France. During his time in France, Harry was dubbed with knighthood after saving the life of an English nobleman's son, studied architecture at Toulouse, and taught American soldiers to speak the native language. When he learned that his fiancée had married another after receiving word he had died of meningitis, heartbroken, Harry disavowed himself of female companionship and dived headfirst into the world of medieval knight culture. If you've ever attended the Ohio Renaissance Festival, then you've seen this sad form of resignation firsthand. Sir Harry carried this obsession to a wonderful conclusion. However, as long as you overlook the creepy factor of a grown man shunning women and devoting his life to young boys. Upon his return to the States, Sir Harry founded a Boy Scout troop he called the Young, well, I'm going to hit myself. He called the troop the Knights of the Golden Trail. The young men in his troop are bound by an oath to restore nobility and civility to modern society, just as the knights of old did for medieval Europe. Their only governing rules are the Ten Commandments. If you visit LoveLand Castle, you will meet one of these knights, as the building is now in their care. During a visit, you'll probably notice that friendliness is not included in the Ten Commandments. But hey, I get it. Those folks had to be sick of the same questions day in and day out. Now, around 1927, Sir Harry decided that his troop of knights deserved a proper castle, and using land donated from a newspaper subscription contest, he began work on his own Chateau La Roche, LoveLand Castle. Sir Harry started quarrying stone from the Little Miami in 1929, but construction of his castle didn't kick into full gear until he retired in 1955. From the age of 65 to 91, Sir Harry would haul 65 pounds of stone from the river each day, continually adding to his masterpiece. Tragically, Andrews accidentally caught himself on fire while burning rubbish at the castle in 1981. Hey, that was 2 years after I was born. And died from the injuries he sustained. This time he stayed dead. Maybe? Before his death, Sir Harry would tell his scouts about the ghost of a Norman knight that would come to his door after dark. The knight is thought to be attached to one of the medieval artifacts that had been brought from Europe to decorate the castle and is still seen on occasion. Another presence Harry called Casper Poltergeist is still around moving objects, banging on doors, and even stunning people with an electric jolt sensation if offended. Knights of the castle say that his spirit has alerted them when mischievous scouts have taken things from the castle, foiled burglary attempts, and even drew attention to septic problems by repeatedly slamming a bathroom door. Persistent. He also spoke of the ghost of two children that died in a fire on site before he owned the property. Young folks at overnight slumber parties led to attempt communication with these spirits that one psychic penned as a 13-year-old boy and his 7-year-old sister. Yet another ghost attributed to the land is thought to be a woman that died in a moonshine still explosion at a cavern just down from the site. During the early construction of his castle, Sir Harry heard a loud boom and ran to the still, only to find the woman crushed by a whiskey barrel. Since then, a woman with long hair and a billowing gown has been seen walking along the river and through the castle's garden. Then there were Sir Harry's tales of an egg-shaped spirit with glowing red eyes that lived in the branches of a willow tree until the tree's demise in the mid-1970s. That kind of sounds like an owl to me, but stranger things have happened. Just read the story of the Loveland Frogmen. Now, guests have reported terrifying experiences with darker energy in the dungeon where Andrews once stored his canning and vegetables. Today, it seems to house growling shadow entities that aren't afraid to scratch a visitor from time to time. Last but not least, we come to the ghost of Sir Harry himself. After his death, attendants noticed that any time they placed an object on Harry's bed, it would be found on the floor the next morning. He also has typed messages to his knights via an old typewriter. Moving pieces on the castle's chessboard get blamed on him as well. Just be warned that Sir Harry plays at his own pace, and it may take days before you could checkmate his ghost. In addition to swinging chandeliers, darting shadows, unexplained footsteps, disembodied voices, and a rocking chair that moves on its own are also attributed to Sir Harry and his gang of ghosts. Thus, it appears that more than Sir Harry Andrew's legacy lives on among the stones and antiques of Chateau Le Roche. Now, if you would like to visit the castle yourself, just check their website for current open hours and upcoming events. www.lovelandcastle.org. I just might take a trip myself. Leave a comment below if you think I should do. And this is the end of the videos, my cutie. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not already. What are you doing? Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. Hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you know when my videos go up. Love you cuties, smooches, and hugs. Bye.